Hey everyone, we are so excited about reopening on Sunday, June 28th. The purpose of this video is we want to walk with you and talk you through what it's going to be like when you get back here. You know, we've put together a safety plan, and the way that we've done that is we've paid close attention to the CDC guidelines, the guidelines provided to us by the federal, state, and local government. We've had lots of conversations with other churches, pastors, and community leaders. And there's been a great team of people from within our church, led by Pastor Jason and Pastor Vicky, who have helped us put together this safety plan that we feel great about. And some of the values that have guided us putting together this value plan is, number one, we're going to start here so we can get there. It's really important. I know we all want to get there. That's the goal. We all want to get to church sort of as we remember it. But in order to get there safely and as quickly as possible, we have to start here. So there may be some uncomfortable things about the safety plan when we first reopen, but this is what we're doing. We're not going to stay here. We're going to start here so we can get there. Secondly, we're motivated by care, not fear. This isn't about fear. This is about us being a good neighbor to each other and providing a safe place for the community to gather. And then lastly, we're committed not to the bare minimum it requires to open up a church, but the best practices. We want to keep this place safe for you and for your family. And so Pastor Jason's going to start us off. He's going to talk us through what your experience will be like once you get onto the property, once you drive to church on Sunday, June 28th.
Hey, we're so excited to reopen on Sunday, June 28th. And the first thing that you're going to notice that's different about church is when you come down the driveway to get into the parking lot, there is new clear signage that is going to point you to the right so that you can go into a medical screening. There is going to be three healthcare workers from our church body who are going to ask you 3 questions that have been derived from the CDC that you're probably already familiar with. After that, they're going to take individual temperature checks, make sure that you're all set to go, and then they're going to point you in the direction to park so that you can enter into the church. Once you park, you're going to get out of your vehicle, come underneath the carport, and you're going to notice that there is one entrance in and one entrance out. There's going to be a greeter there to welcome you with a mask on. Upon entering our lobby, we're going to ask you to use the mobile sanitizing station.
Awesome. Pastor Vicky will be in the lobby these first few weeks to greet everybody, as well as some other team members. But Pastor Vicky, can you talk to us a little bit about what the lobby will look like? It will look different, and some of the expectations there.
Yeah, sure can. Well, exciting that you guys passed the medical screening and you're going to be sharing the morning with us on the 28th. As you walk into the lobby, as Pastor Jason said, you'll be going in one door and exiting the other. And in the lobby, you're going to see that some of our furniture has been removed. And now we have arrows and signage directing you on the way that you should go through the lobby. And that's going to be the purpose of our lobby. It's going to be mainly for traffic flow. So normally we would gather in our lobby and catch up with one another. And if you're hoping to do that, we would encourage you to, but we would ask that you would move outside to do that kind of stuff and to have your conversations and catch up times outside, because we're going to be cleaning after services and we want to keep that area clear for our clean teams. Now, you're going to be needing to wear a mask when you're coming and going around the church. And the pastoral staff, we're all doing that because we care about one another. And we want to protect each other by wearing those masks. So thank you for your cooperation in that. Now, if you need to use the restroom before service or after, or even during, we are okay with that. We're just going to ask that there would be one family in the restroom at a time, because it's really hard to keep that social distance in the bathroom. So one family at a time. We have installed some signage on there so that you know if it's occupied or vacant. And if you have kids, we're really excited that your kids will be coming back to church with your family. And we are going to be sitting together. And that can be tough on kiddos. So what we did was Pastor David and I are working together on what we're presenting to the kids and to the adults on Sunday mornings. So you guys will all be learning together. You'll be learning the same lessons when we start church up again. So what I have for your children are some resource pages. Now, you don't have to take them. If you want to send your child with some activities to occupy themselves, that's fine too. But we do have them available, and they'll be specific to what they're learning that morning. So it'll be all depending on their age, and I'll be available to give those out to you in the lobby when you arrive.
That's awesome. And we do want to encourage families to bring their own utensils, or not utensils, writing utensils. I'm always thinking about food. To bring their own crayons and pencils and pens. You'll be providing some handouts that they can use that will be, as you mentioned, connected to the sermon that they're going to hear that morning, which, by the way, I'm going to try and keep my messages streamlined like I have during our online services, just being mindful of the fact that there are children in the room. And so now we're to the sanctuary, and Pastor Antonia, talk us through some of the things we can expect when we get into the main meeting room.
Yeah, so when you enter the main meeting room, there's a few things you'll notice right away. One of them is a nice little black metal box to the right when you walk in, and that's going to be for physical offerings that you bring in. So instead of passing the offering plates, we're not going to be doing that. We're just going to have that box ready for you, so you can drop that off if you'd like to, unless you're giving online, of course. Another thing is the seating. You'll notice that we've removed a lot of the chairs, and that's really just for the purpose of social distancing and just fitting as many folks as we can in safely. So you'll notice that there's going to be groups of 2, 3, 4, 5, anywheres in that range, so that a single person could sit in there, a couple of people could sit in there, a whole family, whatever it is, and we're able to maximize our space safely and well. Another thing we're going to be doing is, if there's a nice day, we're going to be opening up the windows so that there's nice air circulation coming through the sanctuary. And if it's not a nice day, we can't have the windows open. We do have other precautions that Pastor Jason's been working on with our air circulation, so that we don't have to worry about that. Another thing that we'll be doing is we'll be asking you to wear a mask while we're singing. We will be asking you that only because that's something that our state government has asked of us, and that if someone's not wearing a mask and they're singing, there needs to be 12 feet of distance instead of 6. So that's not something that we're prepared to do, because we want as many of us to be able to come into our sanctuary as we can safely. So it will look a little bit different. You might think it's a little bit funny watching everybody singing with their masks on, but the most wonderful and important part of it all is that we are going to be worshiping together again. So I'm personally very excited about that, no matter what it looks like.
Thank you so much, Pastor Antonia. I think when we raise our voices and sing together, even if it's behind masks, we're going to realize how much we miss hearing everyone's voices together. It's going to be an emotional morning, I'm sure. A lot of the questions revolve around masks at this point. And I do want to say this. There are exceptions for people who have medically valid reasons why they cannot wear a mask, or for children 2 and under. And if you have a question about your personal situation related to a mask, please don't just make a decision based on what you might be assuming, but let's have a conversation, and we're willing to have those conversations. But we very much do need to honor the authorities that God has put in place in our state and in our local government, and do our part. If we distanced everybody by 12 feet so that we could sing without masks, we could only fit like 40 people in the room, and we'd have to have like 5 services. It's just not the good option for us at this point. Remember, we're starting here so we can get there. This is not forever, this is for now. And I want to encourage you to be a part of it. Last thing I want to say is this: there are some really good reasons not to return on the 28th. There are. The number one good reason not to return is that you're sick. Or that you've been around someone who's sick, specifically showing symptoms of COVID-19. If that is you, please remain home. Join us online at 5 p.m. We'll have the service on Facebook, on YouTube, on Church Online. Another good reason not to come is if you find yourself in a population that the CDC defines as higher at risk for serious illness. And if that's you, because of your age, because of a health condition, because of pregnancy, we understand and respect any decision that needs to be made. I would say beyond those 2 reasons, be sure to ask good questions about your other reasons for not coming. Be sure to really think through, what is my real reason? What am I teaching about? What am I teaching my family about what we value and where we're at? Am I willing to lay down personal preferences for the sake of gathering? Those are some things we all got to wrestle through, and I'll probably say some more about that moving forward. So we're really, if you can't tell, excited. We miss you guys. We're tired of being in this building without you guys. And Sunday, June 28th, 9 and 11 a.m. We'll be here ready for you. Super excited. God bless you guys. Reach out to us if you have any questions at all.